This is CNN, a network of Turner Broadcasting System.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. The year 2024 certainly went out with a bang in the media and political landscape, with ABC News deciding to settle a defamation suit with Donald Trump for $15 million, a big chunk of change. That's actually what George Stephanopoulos' salary is annually. Yikes. ABC News will pay $15 million in charitable contribution to Trump's Presidential Foundation Museum. So Donald Trump could just name an entire wing of his museum the Fake News Wing, funded by ABC News, and his top anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who have reached a settlement in his defamation suit, which will result in the network paying the president-elect $15 million. The settlement was publicly filed on Saturday, revealing that the two parties have come to an agreement to avoid a costly trial. According to the settlement, ABC News will pay $15 million in charitable contribution to the Presidential Foundation and Museum established by the plaintiff, President of the United States, Donald Trump. They will also pay $1 million to Trump's attorney's fees. Oh, man. Okay, so that's how we close out 2024 with that great news. But let's begin 2025 with even better news. CNN has now been found guilty of defamation against a Navy SEAL veteran and awards punitive damages to the tune of millions of dollars. Decision comes after 8 hours of deliberation. Panama City, Florida. Not a great place for CNN to be tried. Ooh, not a lot of CNN fans there in the jury pool. Like a inverse of what they tried to do with J6 defendants in Washington, D.C. A jury found that CNN committed defamation against U.S. Navy SEAL Zachary Young, responsible for punitive damages on Friday. After more than 8 hours of deliberation, the jury ruled that Young is awarded $4 million, $1 million in personal damages, such as pain and suffering, and the punitive damages are warranted against CNN. Oh, my. The jury will now proceed to phase 2 of the trial to determine punitive damages. Lawyers on each side will have a chance to present evidence and determine punitive damages. Holy smokes. How many segments did CNN do about Alex Jones getting a defamation suit? Now they can come get some. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Zachary Young, U.S. Navy veteran. Here's what happened. CNN smeared him by implying that he illegally profited when helping people flee Afghanistan on the black market during the Biden administration's withdrawal. So instead of going after Joe Biden, they instead went after the Navy SEALs who were helping people flee the madness that Joe Biden created. Here we go. Young alleged that CNN smeared him by implying that he legally profited in the Afghanistan withdrawal. Young believes CNN destroyed his reputation and business by branding him a legal profiteer who exploited desperate Afghans during a November 11th, 2021 report aired on The Lead with Jake Tapper. The decision comes after 3+ years of litigation and wild, sometimes chaotic 8-day trial. 14th Judicial Circuit Judge William S. Henry, who presided over the trial in Bay County, Florida, previously ruled that Young did not act illicitly or criminally, despite what the network had aired. After the verdict sent shockwaves through the courtroom, Judge Henry read the instructions to a 6-person jury that prepared to determine punitive damages. You should consider the additional evidence along with evidence presented, and you should decide any disputed factual issues a greater weight in evidence. The greater the weight of the evidence means the more plausible and convincing force the entire verdict of the case, saying you need to find CNN out of business. In order to decide the amount of punitive damages and any, if any, to be assessed and punishment against the defendant, he said, the amount would be in addition to the compensatory damages already awarded, which is $5 million to the Navy SEAL. Holy smokes. A CNN correspondent, Alex Marquardt, called Zachary Young in the center of the lawsuit. Judge Henry also said that the financial resources of CNN should be taken into consideration. You may not award an amount that would financially destroy the defendant. Goodness gracious. So CNN literally over a barrel here. Here's the offending segment saying that Afghans flee with black markets. And holy smokes. They just cooked them on this. So this is, again, all media is covering this, saying this is obviously a slam dunk case against CNN. Jury finds defendant Zachary Young and its false reporting in his operations in Afghanistan. Trial now moves to punitive damages phase. There's currently a $1 billion defamation lawsuit against CNN in court right now. Goodness gracious. They could be fined $1 billion. I mean, that really would actually destroy CNN. Chief National Security Correspondent Alec Marquardt is testifying, with the trial focusing on whether the statements were made in actual malice. Young claims CNN reporting ruined his business by depicting him as an illegal profiteer. The jury will decide on compensatory punitive damages if they find Young. The case could set a precedent for defamation lawsuits against media companies and impacted journalistic practices. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're reporting false things, obviously. The lead attorney for U.S. Navy veteran Zachary Young felt like he was in Alice in Wonderland during the defamation suit. Young sued CNN in 2022, claiming that the lawsuit in the segment defamed him in Afghanistan transportation business.
No evidence that this was intentional. If it was in the complaint, we would have produced it. If Mr. Friedman had said at any point, hey, there's another teaser we know about, will you produce it? We would have gone back and looked for it. We didn't know about it. And by the way, all this is a very transparent attempt to create some fake equivalency from this plaintiff who purposely destroyed documents to what CNN did. And there's no equivalency. We have on a public website, there's a transcript from 4 to 5 o'clock that if you knew what you were looking for, you could have found it. We just didn't know it was there.
I don't feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland. I mean, CNN didn't know about its own videos. It's news to CNN that they created these videos. We are at fault for not realizing that they failed to comply with basic discovery obligations. We shouldn't have to audit CNN's websites or its transcripts to make sure that they're complying with basic discovery requests. Judge, this is like Alice in Wonderland, what's going on here. Their obligations, their breach, their failure to produce, somehow it's my fault.
We're in Alice in Wonderland. I don't know which character everybody is.
Cooked, baby. Revenues for CNN in 2021, $2.2 billion. 2022, $2 billion. 2023, $1.8 billion. Currently, CNN makes $5 million a day. So this shouldn't really be a massive problem for CNN, but it does set quite a precedent, and they're not done with the bleeding yet. Watching CNN burn down while working for an outlet that doesn't lose defamation lawsuits because we don't participate in defamation. All right, CNN lawyers argues against the network being hit with punitive damages after they were found liable by saying it would harm the companies financially and hinder its ability to report on major breaking news events like wildfires. That's what you're going to go with. Allow us to lie more. Give us more money to lie and defame more. We need that money. CNN sure has had a hell of a lot of defamation lawsuits. Goodness gracious. Guilty, ladies and gentlemen. So this is really going to be interesting. I wonder how much they're going to fine them. Here's just some examples. Doesn't this guy just look like a CNN producer? Goodness gracious, how grotesque. CNN producer Michael Conte told attorneys in a deposition shown in court that he said that Zachary Young, the Navy SEAL, had a punchable face. This guy, really, said he had a punchable face. Okay. Not a good look for CNN, but a great result, obviously, and something that has further humiliated CNN. I mean, they did get that one right. Along with, of course, the humiliation of still having Jim Acosta on air, even though apparently Jim Acosta is being moved to the Siberia of television news, the midnight hour, midnight to 2 a.m. In order to appease Trump. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. Just make it stop. I can't take it. I can't take this, Mr. Winning. Ladies and gentlemen. It's an exciting time to be live, and it certainly is something that we hope you join our channel and you join us as we celebrate all of these victories together. It's time to make the fake news pay. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.